That's awesome. Okay, so we have a fun demo for you guys today. Let's go on to thing number 2. And we are going to be talking about chenille. Chenille's been around for a long time. In fact, I remember when I was 3, my mom had a bedspread and it had a chenille row, like every inch apart, maybe. I'm thinking I remember that correctly.
Yep.
And just a little row of chenille across the entire bedspread, and it was nice and fuzzy. I remember this. I was 3. That's kind of young. And we had somebody show up at our house with a mask on, just to be funny, because friends of my parents.
Okay.
And it was really big and scary and had crazy hair. It freaked me out. It freaked me out.
Why would they do that?
They thought they were, I mean,
Okay.
They were young. They were like 20. I don't think they realized what kind of damage that could do to a child.
Obviously.
I mean, for a 3-year-old to remember a memory, that was a pretty traumatic moment. But I remember her chenille bedspread because I ran into her room and I would not come out. And I just laid there all into that chenille.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
It's been around for a long time. It's kind of a fun little technique. So today we are going to be talking about how to, I'll just show you this is the, what do you call it? Prototype, maybe? It's the first, it's not perfect. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, it's cute though. Wait till you see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
It's a pillow top. And if you can see, we've got it with chenille around all of those letters. Yeah, Janine's saying chenille was very popular in the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
That's about for me. And it's kind of come back in a rage, but it's always fun to see what new products they have out there.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do a little demo, and I'm going to show you how to create this pillow. And yeah. Let's move forward, shall we?
Will have kits.
Prototype. Yes. So you'll probably start asking questions about this or that. We do have the kits and the pattern and the tools that you'll need, part of the daily deal. So we'll throw that on at the very end. But let's get started.
Okay.
All right, Jackie.
Okay.
We're just gonna move. I'm gonna grab my chenille brush.
Okay, she left me. That is really rude. I told her not to do that. So, yeah, that was really mean. I think she had that planned.
Oh, I'm like, I can't find my fluff brush.
Okay.
Okay.
She is
I'm back. Okay, so if you want to switch me and sit here,
okay.
I'm going to sit here.
I will.
And then if you want to just bring the whole laptop over.
Ooh.
Then we're going to show, well, I lied.
Oh, that's me. Look at me. No. There.
Okay. In fact, while we're doing this, you might even be able to just put that up there, and I'll just show you. We're hanging out at Jenny's desk, so I kind of had to move all kinds of stuff around for her. So, for those of you who do applique, then there we go. This is going to be very simple instruction. So I'll just tell you a little bit about how to make the pillow. Even though, well, it's part of the demo. Never mind. You're going to take a Kimberbell tea towel, okay? And on this tea towel, you've got this nice, lovely hem around the whole thing. We are going to cut the hem off like so. And so you're just going to cut that off, and then you'll measure it according to the instructions. Now, once you've got that cut into the size that you need, the pattern says 28 inches. You're going to find that it might be 28 by like 28 and 7/8 or something, because they're all a little bit different. Don't stress about that. Just cut the hem right off on the edge, and if it's not perfectly 28, we'll be fine.
Yeah, payback. See? Everybody leaves everybody. Kyle doesn't like it when Barb leaves her either. So that's mean.
It's crazy.
Mean.
Yeah.
So yes. So Kyle and I are going to do it next time, and we won't leave each other.
I think that's a good idea. I like it. So what I've done here is I just marked the middle, and in this case the pillow is nice and long. So I've ironed this whole line, even though I only ironed a little bit right there. I didn't use a ton of pressing, so you can but you're wanting to mark that. And then I liked having a line so I could line up my letters straight, not crooked. It's always the challenge when you have more than one letter. So the way that I have done that, let's go ahead and tip this down like so, and I will show you what I do with that. Only where did I put?
What are you looking for?
Okay, Jackie, I'm looking for my letters that might be over there on the table that have been ironed down.
Now I'm leaving her.
The way that she wants to. Okay, so we're going to want to use some kind of fusible backing in this, or some kind of a fusible heat and bond type of a thing. So I am using, this particular one is Kimberbell's fusible backing. You can use heat and bond, steam-a-seam, that kind of thing. I've decided I really love Kimberbell's product. Thank you. I have some that were like actually, are they underneath my pattern? Maybe they're underneath my pattern.
Yes.
They're sitting right here. I like this product because you can reposition your letters. Have you ever used this, Jackie?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really liking that particular product because you can redo it. All right, in the pattern, you're going to get your template letters. You want to cut those out, and we are going to, I think in the pattern it tells you to reverse the letters. They have already been reversed for you. So all you have to do is just make sure that, you know, it's going the right direction on the side of the fabric that you want to use. So the way that I like to do this, and I know it's kind of, I don't know if it's, let's see, I'm going to just tip this a little bit, maybe.
Watch out. We're going to get seasick.
It's not going to happen. Okay.
Here.
That's all right.
I went like this.
Yeah, that works great. Thank you, thank you. You could even rest it right there and it would be good. So the way that I like to do this is iron on the heat and bond, or in this case the fusible backing. I like to iron a piece of it on first, and then I trace on top of that paper. On the paper side, I'm going to trace my letter like so. And the one thing I do like about this is that most of the letters in the word summer are reversible. So it doesn't matter which side you use for the U, it works. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and, can you even see, maybe you can see that. You're going to cut that out, but like I said, you've already got it ironed, and then you'll just have the backing still on there. So I've done that with my little M right here. Okay, now when you peel this, let me move my stuff. When you peel this, it actually
Betty Jo has a question.
Sticks.
Is that the green label sticky one? I'm not sure what.
I think so, Betty Jo. I think so. I'll address that.
Yes, and you could also cut these out probably on your electronic cutters too, like the.
I don't know if they come in a CVG or an SVG.
SVG file.
Mm-hmm. We have to see if we did it in an SVG, so I'm not positive. But you have summer. Summer is a 6-letter word, right? If I count correctly.
I would not use Shape Flex.
No,
because that's just a one-sided adhesive.
It just adds that extra stability to the fabric, whereas this is creating a little bit of glue. So we're going to go ahead and just take, maybe, my poor nails have been through the ringer lately. Jackie, will you help me?
Yes.
Jackie's going to do that one for me. So as I was saying,
when you roll it.
Yeah.
Then it kind of leaves. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see how I rolled that? Then it's easy for me to. It comes right apart. So did you see that?
Okay. Yeah.
But then
that's what was happening with my other one.
Yeah.
It's like the glue doesn't want to stick. Do I need to iron it a little bit more?
Okay.
It's because I didn't do it right, Jackie.
I don't think you got it on there good enough. It's not sticking.
Okay, we're going to iron this just a minute. Do you want to just tell them how I'm going to do that?
That's really mean. This is number 2. All right, where are we?
we're just going to even out where to put our appliques.
Okay. Well, I think that you're all pretty smart enough that if you feel uncomfortable centering your letters on your paper, you can cut them all out, and you can make little marks on where you want to put them, so that they're straight. Or
yeah,
take it away, Carol.
Yeah,
Lisa.
which is why I had this right here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jackie's going to kill me. She's never going to do this with me again.
Nope. This is it. A one and done.
Okay, let's see if I got that on there a little bit better. Maybe.
There, yeah. See, there
okay.
you go.
If you don't glue, if you don't iron that long enough, it doesn't work. But this, when you peel it off, that is sticky.
Yes.
It's very sticky. But the thing that I really like about the Kimberbell fusible backing, and it comes in sheets. It doesn't come on a roll. It comes in sheets.
Some people have used pins. I've done it with a pin before. That's good. She scores the paper side too with a pin and peel it off. That's an excellent idea too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can turn it off. I just didn't. Yeah. Okay, so what I've done is I've centered the M. I'm going to have 3 letters here and 3 letters here. So I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out. Or like Jackie said, you can go ahead and lay all your letters out and then just mark them so that you know where to put them as you go along. So you can do either way. So once I get that all stuck on, I mean, literally you could actually applique right over the top of that, stitch right over the top of it, and it's good to go. However, we're going to press it again because that will set it a little bit more. But if I didn't like how it had been lined up, you just peel that right back off. So this is why I like using the fusible backing, because you can lay all your letters out, and if it's not quite right and you need it to be straight, you can put it straight. So,
that's great.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? I kind of think that's pretty cool. I need some red. I'm going to do this on I lied. I'm showing you how to do it on the pillow, but I'm going to now show you how to do the Chenille-It. So, we have a product some of you are familiar with. It's called Chenille-It. That's the brand name. And it's these wonderful little rolls of bias tape. And it's
a loosely woven
a very loosely woven cotton. So when you go to Chenille-It, it works really, really nicely. I'm going to do a different color. When you do your own pillow, you're going to want to use the red for the red and the purple for the purple and so forth and so on.
You don't have to. You could do it.
You know what? That is so true.
You could do it whatever you want.
Whatever you want. That, you know what? Thank you for correcting me. That is true. So if you're interested in the kit, it does come in these different colors. And I'm just going to pull out the yellow because the way that I did this U is a little bit different. And like Jackie said, you can do this however you want. But in this particular thing, I didn't necessarily love the orange and the yellow. Now, I say in the camera right now, it looks pretty good.
It looks
good. But the orange is really bright. And I didn't necessarily love them by themselves. And so I took a layer of the orange and a layer of the yellow. There are 4 layers of strips on these. And so I did 2 yellow, 2 orange, and just layered them on top of each other to kind of come up with
a
little bit of a variegated look right there.
Yeah, it's
so
cute.
It's kind of fun, a little bit something different. So when you are using the stuff right here, for instance, I'm going to show you how I did the orange and the yellow. I'm going to just stack those right on top of each other. Okay, and if you decide to get the kit, which I highly recommend because it's all in there and you don't end up needing to do, you want to come up with 4 even strips, even in length. And that's going to be enough for your letter. So I've got 4 of these now, and in this particular case, I'm going to go orange, yellow, orange, yellow, and you're going to stack these on. Now, with the Chenille-It, you can do this with 1 strip, you can do it with 2 strips, you can do it with 3, 4. I chose 4 because I liked the really fluffy, let's see, I really liked that fluffy look. So that's what it looks like with 4 layers of the Chenille-It strip. So the kit's going to come with enough Chenille-It to do the 4 layers, but I've seen it done with 2 layers.
Yeah, it depends on how fluffy
It depends on how fluffy you want it. So I've got that layered up, and we are going to just sew that along the edge of our letters. So
in the middle.
Right down the middle. So if you don't mind, Jackie, bringing over the machine,
okay,
or over the bringing the computer to the machine, we're going to show you how it's done. Now, because this is on a bias, this tape, it's really, really easy. In fact, the S in this was the easiest one to do because it was on a curve. So I am going to lay, where did I put this? I'm going to lay all 4 of my layers, come back, nicely straight on top of each other. I'm going to lay that down so that my stitch line goes right down the middle of that. I'm actually going to press this real quick. I want to make sure I don't lose it. And one thing to note too, in the pillow it says summer, and then there's a cute little sun in the corner. That sun does not have chenille on it. It's just straight, kind of, you know, add a little bit of variation to it. And so when I stitched that down, I just did a quick little stitch over the top. You could do a blanket stitch, you could do whatever kind of applique stitch that you would want to do. So I've got my 4 layers. I'm going to layer those right down the middle, and then I'm going to stitch right down the middle of those chenilles. And I also notice when you go to chenille, you want to make sure that your stitch length is a little bit smaller, because if it's longer, it takes a little bit of a beating when we go to fluff it up. So make sure you've got a good shorter stitch length on that. All right, so we're just going to stitch down the middle. And I'm going to backstitch a little bit. I didn't backstitch at the front, but I probably would do that too. Why won't that backstitch for me?
A question. Do you have to use a bigger needle?
No.
Just your regular.
Yeah, you can just use your regular.
Or...
Yeah, you can just use your regular needle. The one thing I do suggest, and I will show you on this one, hold that thought. I was hoping I could get away with just using black thread and white thread, dark and light, and it wouldn't make any difference. And you can do that, but I did notice that when I went to go do, say, the M, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the black thread in there from my stitches. And so even though you fluff it up so that you can't really see that, I would recommend using the same color. Even if it's not the exact shade, it will look better than you know, being able to, I don't like seeing that black stitch in there. So I did learn that the hard way a little bit. So I have sewn, I don't know if you can see, I have sewn right down the middle. Okay, it's not perfect, but pretty dang close. The middle of this.
You won't see it anyway.
You won't see it anyway. I love this because it is very forgiving. So we're going to just cut that off there. And when you do the M, you can do a couple of different things. You can, let's make sure you can do this where you can see it. You can clip these right here and turn your stitch, or turn your chenille tape to do your letters, or the way that I did it was to just, I'm going to just tell you how I did it because I don't think it's going to work very well the other way. I clipped that off at the edge, but now I've got to do, this M is full of corners, and you could just round it around. Right? You don't have to make it look blocked. I liked the block look, and so I took the time. It takes a little bit more time but I like that. You're going to put your next chenille strip along the bottom right here, but you want to make sure you lift up with your thumb or your finger, I don't care which one you use. You want to lift that up and you want to butt right up in there the next set of strips. And then when you sew it, you're going to sew that. Sorry, I kind of messed up my perfect strip right there. That way, when you go to fluff it, you're not going to have a hole right there. So I'll show you what, I've got one right here. I saved this so that you could kind of see. This has a little bit of a hole right there because I didn't do that.
Wanting to see the whole project.
Okay.
Let's show that again.
Here we go.
There you go. And we're talking about chenille.
Yes.
And how to chenille.
Yes.
For those of you that have just jumped on.
And we're glad you did. So just when you go to do that corner, lift up that chenille and tuck the next row in, and then sew that, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to lift it up and tuck it. The other thing I really love about this is if you get all done and you've fluffed it all up and you've got it like you've got a hole, all you have to do is cut a little bit of this, put it in the hole, stitch it down, fluff it, and you can't even tell where the seams are. So it's really nice that way. So you're going to do that with all of your letters, whatever colors you want, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like when we have these variegated things right here. So let's take it back over to the desk, and I'll show you how to fluff it. The best part. Now, when you fluff the chenille, for those of you who are Kimberbell fans, you've maybe done some Chenille-It where you use the chenille cutter. What is it, clover? Well, there's different ones,
yeah.
But you use that and you cut the little the layers apart. You kind of use this. You're going to use the same type of tool. Everyone uses a little bit different. I really like this one. Do you have a favorite one, Jackie?
I like this one too because it's small enough. The other ones are just too big, and I think it's too abrasive. This one's just perfect.
Well, and Cindy was telling me she uses a hat pin. And that's kind of what this is. It's several little hat pins. But for some reason, this causes less fuzz, and it does a really good job separating those fibers. And it does it really fast. So you're just going to do a little fluff. I rub it one direction. And warning, this is a little messy. Get your vacuum out.
Yeah. So someone's asking, are these strips just regular cotton fabric?
Not really.
Cotton or rayon work best. Natural fibers fray nicely. Thanks, Kathy, for that tip.
Yeah, thank you. Just gonna.
This is really fun. It's almost addicting.
It is.
It's yeah. If you have a bad day and you really want to get out some frustration, you just grab a chenille brush, and these actually come in a big roll, so you'd have plenty to work through those frustrations.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
I'm just saying.
In fact, I have a whole roll over there. Do you mind grabbing that one
I don't
for
mind
me?
at all.
This is why we have two people. I think it's on the floor. It's in the green box on the floor to your right. Okay, so you can still keep moving on, but look how fast that fluffs up. That light woven strip. I love these strips, and they come in lots of different colors. So this one is the two tones, and I really liked how I was just experimenting, and I really liked how the two-tone turned out. So
if you did our mini pillows.
Yes, the bow fillers.
The bow fillers. The one in the Easter one, we used the chenille in that one as well.
Oh, cool.
And there was
was this little strip. So it comes like this, and this is the 3/8 of an inch that I'm using. It's skinnier. There's also a 5/8, isn't there? So it comes in an entire roll. For one letter, I did 4 layers, and I needed 3 yards. This is how many yards?
25 yards.
This is 25 yards. So you can get quite a few letters out of the one color. The nice thing about the kit is that they've already cut the amount that you're going to need. And so you don't need to buy a whole roll of 5 different, well, there's actually 7 different colors on here. 7? 6?
But you want to make 10 pillows.
Well,
so,
this is true. This
you know.
is true. You may want an entire, well, what we've done is we've put a few different things on sale for you today. So when you're done fluffing it, you will have a few extra stray hairs. You can just go back through and clip it. But this tool, I love, this little fluff brush. There's lots of different things out there on the market. Of all the ones I've used, this one's my favorite.